What's up, Tricology family, and welcome back to another episode of the Tricology News Talk. And today we're going to be covering a lot of things that happened yesterday at DC Fandome, including other news and rumors for you guys today. So let's not waste time. Let's get straight on to it, shall we? So, as you guys already know, for all my comic book fan and DC fans out there, DC Fandome was yesterday, and I was excited for all the reveals that happened yesterday, including a new trailer to Robert Pattinson's Batman, and a couple of behind the scenes look of Aquaman 2 and the Lost Kingdom, and also Shazam 2, The Fury of the Gods, including teaser trailers for the Super League of Pets, which they'll have a full trailer in November, so be on the lookout for that. And also a teaser trailer for to Ezra Miller's The Flash movie, which this Flash movie will be the start of DC's version of the multiverse. As you guys already know, the MCU is already in their multiverse phase, so the Flash movie will be the multiverse start for the DC extended universe with the Flash movie. And then, well, of course, and then video game new teaser trailers for the Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, and even a new trailer for the HBO Max newest series with John Cena, the Peacemaker, coming off of the spin-off for James Gunn, the Suicide Squad. So, and then also another behind the scenes of The Rock's latest new movie, Black Adam, which is also a spin-off towards Shazam. So I love everything. That was my take on for those highlights that I'm really looking forward to. So let me know in the comment section if you guys watched DC Fandome yesterday, and what was your highlight take from that? What were you looking forward to the most? So I want to hear your thoughts and opinions on that. So moving forward, as you guys already know, we've been touching this for the past couple of episodes of the Hollywood was going to go on strike on Monday if a deal has not reached. Well, I can tell y'all right now, the Hollywood strike, advertised as the INTEE and the MAPTP, has reached a new deal on a new film and TV contract. So this is what Deadline has reported. With Hollywood on the edge of pickle sites as ready, the ICT and the embassy have reached an agreement on a new film and TV contract, advertising a threatening nationwide strike. The new 3-year contract, which must now have represented by the union members, come after just before the deadline midnight Sunday, posed by the ICT president Matthew Leung. The union and Carl Levin, led by MTP, are expected to make an agreement publicly very shortly. It took a lot to get here, but this is a new deal, a fair deal for everyone concerned. An individual close to sometimes stringent obligations told Deadline once all the final contract language was agreed on Saturday. Time to break out the cigars, and the individual added. This is a Hollywood ending, Lever said. Our members stood firm. They are tough and united. We went toe-to-toe with some of the richest and powerful entertainment and tech companies in the world. Now we have reached an agreement with AMPT that means our members need it. Solitary is more than a word, he added. It's the way we get things done. Our members are signified improvements, but our employees will also benefit, said Mike Miller, Vice President and Motion Picture Director of ICTN. This settlement allows pre-production, production, and post-production to continue without interruption. Workers have improved morally and more alert. Health and safety standards has been upgraded. The deal for the new contract, called the Basic Agreement, now in the books, but negotiations with the APT will continue for ICTN members who work under the similar areas of standards agreement in major production hubs such as New Mexico, New York, Illinois, Georgia, and Louisiana. More details are to come, but deal points include improved wages and working conditions for streaming, 10 hours turnaround times between shifts. MLK Day is now a holiday. Diversity, equity, and exclusive activity increased funding for the health and pension plans, and a 3% rate increase for every year for the duration of a yet to be approved contract, among other changes. The MIPT wanted to settle the rate increase at around 3% for the first year, then shift is down to 2.5%, or even less than its equivalent 2 years of the contract. With many of its large issues resolved late this week, today's talks at ICA and MPT going over several smaller but violent matters we hear. Once that is settled, the MPT complex had dealt with this before, as the deal actually typed up for all look over one final time. Through the tentative deal was reached before the deadline this weekend, and things actually really start come together midday Friday. The situation remained in a state of almost right up for the final hours. Union's officials are cautioning members about getting too optimistic. Even though we are still burying tables or trying to get to agreement, at this time of this writing, there are no plans to call off the strike, said the email went out to members of the local 80 late on October 15th, updating them on talks and preparations for the 12:01 a.m. October 18th set labor action. The Far Harbor Agreement came after 2 weeks, final weeks of intense bearing, as members prepared to shut down the industry if they had to. The two sides had begun talking on and off since mid-May, but the discussions had made more urgent 2 weeks ago when the members voted overwhelmingly to authorize labor to call a strike if these last-ditch efforts failed to produce an acceptable deal. On Wednesday, the union president decided that the studios, networks, and streamers still wasn't talking to union demands seriously enough. They say that the pace of the bearing did not reflect any sense of urgency. The MTA, however, say along remains committed to making a deal. To end that, not long after a 98% strike authorization vote results announced on October 4th, the industry elder, super lawyer Ken Zimmerman, Disney TV boss Peter Rice, and DG former executive and national director Jay Roth joined in the talks. The power trio offered their condolences to both sides in an effort to cool the intensity, heat, temperature, and viral obligations, with phone calls and Zoom chats flying into furious pace over the past 72 hours. The union's chief goals were limiting wages to the lowest paid crafts, more turnarounds time between work days, actual meal breaks, and the rescue of unions' capacity and health plans, and bigger share to the revenue for streaming shows. If the red line has been crossed, in the early hours of Monday, a nation strike would have first 60,000 members strong ICU's 128-year history. Now Hollywood will be heading back to work on Monday. Also, union members will be heading to a ballroom box for the next few days to give or refuse their stance of approving today's deal. So, for my opinion, I'm glad that they finally reached a deal and everybody can go back to work, doing their thing, and do what we love most, and that's what making movies, making TV shows, and making all the other stuff. So we ain't gotta worry about doing those strikes and some of that. But if anything else come up with this story, I'll definitely have an update for you guys to further notice. But until then, we are glad a deal has been reached, and we ain't gotta worry about nothing. All right, so with that out of the way, let's talk about some other news and updates. So, as you guys already we talked about this past too. So Clifford the Big Red Dog had a release date. It got shifted, but now it's got a new release date. So The new live action Cliff of the Big Red Dog will now be simultaneously released theatrically and digitally on Paramount Plus on November 10th, 2021. So, I think this is a good deal, but if it were up to me, I don't. Despite the fact we are still still in this pandemic situation, I don't know if the parents will be allowed or are willing to take their kids to the theaters to watch the movie. But if it were up to me, I would have definitely made this movie a Paramount Plus original. But that's my opinion on that, because I've been hearing a lot of rumors say that this movie's not going to do well in the box office. So with all of that, but I think it's safe to say this will be even though this will be on, it will be day-to-day release on Paramount Plus, but to me, I'd rather make it a Paramount Plus original, so that way all the kids and families will be able to watch this movie at home. They ain't got to worry about going to the theaters if they don't have. But oh yeah, I forgot to mention some of y'all might not have Paramount Plus, so I don't know. We'll see how it does. We'll see how it does as far as that. But I'm good. But still, I'm glad it's going to be day-to-day release. So you have your options if you want to see it in theaters or you want to see it at home on Paramount Plus. But I think it's going to do more numbers on Paramount Plus than theatrically. It will, as we talking about the Cliff of the Big Red Dog live action movie. But on to that. Let's talk about our newest movie review, and that will be on Halloween Kills. Oh yeah, that's right, folks. So again, Halloween Kills is a sequel to the 2018 reboot movie. As you all know, the 2018 movie is the actual direct sequel to the very first Halloween back in the what year was that? It was made. Oh yeah, 1978. So it was a direct sequel to that movie. So that rebranded into a reboot series of this one. So and then of course we're getting Halloween Ends next year, but that's going to be for another story. We're talking about Halloween Kills for right now. So once again, it's directed by Daniel Gordon Green. It's also Jamie Lee Curtis, Judy Greer, Annie Mac, and Will Penn in this movie. And then of course, you have other characters from the original Halloween movie reprise their roles into Halloween Kills. So again, and this movie was released in theaters and on Peacock streaming services for 60 days. So my take on this movie, so they definitely changed the story dynamic of this movie. As you already know that how I can say this without spoiling too much of this movie. So normally in Halloween it focuses on Michael Myers and Laurie Strode in this movie, but Laurie Strode was put on the sideline. If you guys already saw the 2018 movie, she was stabbed, and in the movie she's in hospital care right now. So they focus more on the community town going against Michael Myers. So that was the main focus for this movie. It was Michael Myers versus the whole community town. Let's see what's going and there where you saw all the victims that happened in the 2018 movie. So that was the main story dynamic of this movie. So, and additionally, it wasn't too scary as I thought it would be, but I have to say the kills in this movie, woo, Michael Myers did some killing. That's the reason why this movie called Halloween Kills. He definitely did some real killing in this movie. So all these kills in the movie was very gruesome. It's very gore, and I have to say, this is the most goriest kills that Michael Myers have done in this series. So all these kills will get. If I had to say, one kill was if one kill in this movie was very lame, and that was like in a flashback scene of the original Halloween of the original Halloween movie. So that was one kill in this, but that was very lame. All the other rest was very freaking awesome. Oh my goodness! Like and then when you look at it towards Michael Myers in this movie, like every time you think he's down and out, he just keeps you think you killed this man, he just rises back up. Like when I think about it, I think of the Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers. So if you guys have not seen that movie, like there was a scene in that movie, like when Michael Myers was he was cursing when he was a child. So like that curse was given like a superhero ability to not die, and him to like to do a lot of kills and stuff like that. So I thought of that when I was watching this movie, and see how Michael Myers like when he had that particular scene when he went against the town community, and like when everybody thought he was down, and like like yeah, he was surely like rise back up. Like even Laurie Strode like said in the movie, like the more he kills, the more he becomes invulnerable. Like you can't kill this man like in brute force. So that's the one that's the one spoiler I'm gonna say. So that's all I'm gonna say. But and then the performance, all the performance in this movie was very great. All the references that was mentioned was very good as well. So and the last thing I would say is that there's definitely a cliffhanger towards this movie, because this is the second movie. It'll be translated over to the third movie of Halloween Ends. So there was definitely a cliffhanger ending to this. So I'm not gonna spoil what happened, but it's definitely gonna lead to a confrontation between Laurie Strode and Michael Myers. I don't know what's gonna happen then in Halloween Ends, but we'll have to see what's gonna happen. So I definitely give this movie a C. If it wasn't that great, but it was still good, but to watch. So that's all I have for you guys today. So let me know in the comment section below, what are your thoughts and opinions that was discussed today. Don't forget to, if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell when new videos are uploaded. And then of course, if you're listening on Anchor, Spotify, and Google Podcasts, don't forget to click on the link in the description, the YouTube link in the description below, and then go to YouTube and post your comments there as well. So without further ado, this is Trico, and I'm signing off. Peace.